Zillow. How can I help you?
Yes, how you doing? I'm looking into purchasing a 3-bedroom house.
Alrighty, what's your budget?
300,000.
You would have gone for that too.
Whew. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, but this is the reality for so many people here. And by the way, my name is Ivory Hodges, America's trusted certified financial coach, by the way. And today we're going to talk about what home ownership feels like right now. Okay, right now for millions of Americans who want to buy homes, who can't afford to buy a home, and what that feels like, the whole process. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And we're going to go there. We're really actually going to go there today because I'm actually pissed off myself. Okay, I am trying to buy a home as well, and it is like super hard. It's super hard to buy a home. Now, I want to kind of help you position yourself, and we're going to work through this together. We can work on this together, try to figure out how can we go about buying a home, okay? But I want to be clear here. I want to be clear. Your frustration, my frustration, it's all the same. We are really frustrated with this because, 30 years ago, buying a home versus what it is today, I tell you what, it's just like, it's like, bruh. It's like night and day difference. Now, if you look here in this article here, we have Gen Z and millennials. I'll say Gen Z and millennials. We both feel the same way. We're defiantly giving up on even owning a home. And we're spending more money. We're not saving as much as we should. We don't really care about work like that and making risky investments. That's what this article is showing us here today. And we're going to talk about this because I think this is so untalked about. A lot of people are depressed because they want to buy homes and they can't buy homes. Well, at least they feel like they can't buy homes. But we're going to do on this channel, what we do is we try to control the controllables. Okay? Control the controllables. Do what you can do on your end in order to buy a home, because that's where we at right now. It's like, don't expect help from anybody else, but we got to do what we got to do to take care of ourselves. Because again, like I said, I am also in the market to buy a home as well and preparing myself to become a homeowner. So I'm going to give you guys the game on what I'm doing. And also, we're going to work on this thing together. We all want to buy homes. But before we begin, it will really mean a lot to me if you took a split second to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on our way to 500 subs, and I cannot do this show without you guys. So if you are in the process and you want to buy a home and you need some encouragement and you want to just kind of grow, let's grow this thing together, because I want to buy a home. You want to buy a home. We all want to buy homes. So let's work together on this. So thank you so much for doing that. All right, so let's get into this. Home buying 30 years ago versus what it is today.
Hi, I'd like to buy a house, please.
Okay, and how much do you make a year?
About $30,000.
Oh, wow, didn't know I was talking to a high roller over here. That should be more than enough for your first home.
Hi, I'd like to buy a house, please.
Okay, how much do you make a year?
About $100,000.
Could you believe this idiot thought he could afford a house? Tune in next week to America. Go f*** yourself.
I mean, that's the sentiment, right? I feel this way, and I'm sure millions of you guys feel this way. Like 30 years ago, and you hear the boomers say this all the time. They say things like, well, you know what? Back in my day, I was able to buy a home, and you should pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And we all know that that's not the case. Today, like buying a home is really expensive. I'll give you a case. I look at Redfin every single day in San Diego, because that's where I want to buy a home, in San Diego. And I look at some of these homes and it'd be like starter homes. I'm not talking about mansions. I'm not talking about like something really super close to the coast and the beach and stuff like that. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about your basic average 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, something nice and startery. It'd be like $800,000. You know what I'm saying? $900,000. Insane. And I mean, come on, that's just where we are right now. And it's unfortunate. I think the homes are too expensive. And I want to play a clip to kind of show the frustration of the American people. Play the clip.
All right, come on in. Okay, this is
now,
nice.
as you can see, if you follow me this way,
yeah, this is real nice right here.
Nice and open. Over here to your left and to my right, it is the living room area.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you like the nice gray vinyl vibe. So that's what we have here. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So how much for this one?
$4.5 million.
Yeah,
4.5 million.
Wait.
And then to get the
How many bedrooms is in here?
one
What's the square footage?
535 square feet.
Nah.
Bruh.
Now that I think about it, nah, this ain't.
I mean, but technically, when you think about it, it is still worth the price because it's comes with a coupon to Domino.
I ain't no way this.
And
He said it comes with a coupon to Domino's. You know what? Again, I'm kind of making this fun and light, but you and I know buying a home today is a joke. It's just a joke. Okay. It is really a joke. And again, we can't really control the external factors of all the external factors of buying a home, but the internal factors, and this is where I want to focus on this channel, is what can we do? Control the controllables. You can control fixing your credit, getting your credit score as high as it possibly can be, in the high 700s if you can. You know, give yourself the best chance. And that's what I'm doing. I mean, my credit score is about 841 right now. And again, I'm giving myself the best chance when it comes to buying a home. I want to be ready for it. So again, I think that this is super important to be able to do that. Also, again, I mean, just with that, paying down your credit cards, having a low DTI. So if you can pay off your credit cards, a car payment, your car loans, everything. I know you probably got student loans. I get that. But try to do what you can do in order to pay down your debt as much as you possibly can. Because, I mean, like I said, these homes are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. So I want to show you guys another clip here. We're going to talk about, we're going to listen to a realtor and what she has to say about how to buy a home. And we're just going to pause and play here. Play the clip.
This is how much you need to make to purchase a $500,000 house as a first-time home buyer. Let's get into it. You're going to be looking at an FHA loan. Assuming you have a 680 FICO.
All right, so we don't want to assume a 680 FICO. Again, I think the higher your credit score, the better it is going to be for you because you're going to get the best rate possible. So don't go for the 680. We're not going for 680s over here. We're going to go for a higher credit score. Get your score up, I would say probably 760 or more. Like if you can get to around 760 credit score, you're going to be probably have one of the best, the lowest interest rates and the best perks in terms of getting a mortgage. So that's what we want to shoot for, 760 credit score.
We can get you an interest rate of 5.875%.
So she said a 5.8%. You know, again, if we can get a 760, it's probably going to be lower than that.
Now, on a $500,000 home, 3.5% is the minimum down payment for an FHA loan.
All right, so she said 5% is the minimum down payment. Now, I'm telling you guys right off the rip, I'm going to put more than the minimum down payment down. That's just me. You do what you want to do, but I'm going to put a little bit more than the minimum payment. I'm going to save as much money as I possibly can. And in fact, I always suggest if you're trying to buy a home, make sure you have a home fund, like a specific account where you can put money, automate money from your paycheck and put that into that account every single month or every single paycheck, I would say.
So 3.5% of $500,000 would be $17,500 out-of-pocket costs to the buyer. Now, this is an estimate of the closing cost of 2.5%. 2.5% of $500,000 would be $12,500. Total out-of-pocket cost to the buyer, $30,000.
All right, so, man, $30,000 right off the rip. Man, that sounds like so much money for people. And trust me, I get that. Like $30,000 that's just to get in the game. That's just a little skin in the game. And the average American probably don't have that $30,000. And you say, okay, where am I going to get this money? Like, again, nobody's going to come after us. Nobody's going to say, hey, let me give you $30,000 so you can buy that home. No, it's going to be up to us. So what I suggest is really having a automated fund. Automate this fund. Every paycheck you get, money goes toward this fund, this house home buying fund. And if you can cut around the margins, unfortunately, or if you can work extra money, that's probably work extra, get extra income coming in. And that's probably going to be that combination. You're going to have to intentionally save money, intentionally cut back some expenses, and intentionally increase your income. And that's probably the way we're going to be able to buy a home.
However, I, as your realtor, could negotiate the seller to pay your closing costs. So if the seller agrees.
Okay, that's another thing. So that means we need to be pretty much try to find a good realtor as well. So let's take away all this. Let's just talk about what we talked about already. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we save up a big chunk of money for a down payment. And that big chunk is going to depend on a lot of factors. It may be different for you than it is for me. Again, I'm going to try to save up probably more than that because I'm in a more higher cost of living area. I'm going to try to save up as much money as I can. But you do what you can do. Secondly, we want to make sure our credit score is as high as it possibly can be. We want to be around 760 or higher. Get to that 760 point of higher. Down payment, we want to make sure that we have at least 5%, but I would say we probably should have more than 5%. Okay. And then also having a good realtor, that really matters to negotiate and help you on your behalf.
To pay your closing costs, your out-of-pocket cost is at $17,500. However, if the seller says no way, then your out-of-pocket would be the $30,000. Now,
so let's see again. Good realtor is going to be very critical because that's going to save you a lot of money up front.
Let's get into your monthly payment. Estimated $3,935 a month. That includes your payment, interest, taxes, and insurance.
Woo, man, $3,900 a month. Oh,
Bruh.
Man, that's just that for a $500,000 home. We talking about, let's say $4,000, and that's just principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Not homeowners. If you got an HOA fee, not including any maintenance or anything else that you have to go along, or furniture, all these other things. So we have to factor that in as well.
The income needed to qualify for a $500,000 house using a FHA loan would be $105,000 a year, assuming you have zero debt.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so in order to qualify for a $500,000 home, you have to be making six figures, $105,000, but you got to have $0 in debt. Ain't that nice? Ain't that really nice? Now, how many people are in that situation? Not that many people.
However, let's say you have a $600 car loan. Then the income needed would then be $110,000 a year. I don't know how much home you qualify for. Give me a call.
Okay. All right. So basically, guys, again, let's just take all this from the top. You're frustrated. I'm frustrated. We all are frustrated because at the end of the day, like I said, buying a home in America it feels out of reach for millions of people. Let's just keep it real. I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. Again, I am trying to buy a home as well. I want to buy a home in the next couple years in San Diego, and it's going to be expensive, but I'm working these things through. Credit score, that's a big one, okay? I have an 840 credit score, all right? So I'm good there, right? So if you are struggling with your credit score, we need to get that score up. We got to get your score up. Down payment, try to save as much money as you can. And if you need to automate your finances, do whatever you got to do to protect yourself and to automate your finances, automate you from spending that money. So set up a separate account, get you a separate account specifically for your home buying savings. And we want to take money every paycheck. If it's $50, $100, $200, whatever it is, take that money and put that into that account every single paycheck. Get you a good realtor. Make sure you find a good realtor because that's going to be important to help you negotiate and also increase your income. And then lastly, pay down your debt. This is going to be our blueprint. Excuse me. This is going to be our blueprint to be able to pay off our debt and have a low debt to income ratio. And so we can put ourselves in the best position to be homeowners. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I just want to share that. And again, I understand your frustrations. It's a real thing to be frustrated in this market because homes are super expensive. But again, we have to focus on what we can control. Focus and control the controllables, and we'll just kind of have to go from there. So just want to share that with you guys. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.